Yeah, and when I transfer you, I just wanted to say, hi, you're on with so-and-so. It was just to be polite. If you
Hi,
don't
who
want to
am
share
I
that,
on
that's
with?
okay. Huh?
Who are we on with?
Well, I haven't conferenced this in, but I'm going to be...
You didn't do what?
I haven't conferenced this in yet, but I am looking to see if Sergeant Bake is available.
And who are we speaking? Who are we speaking with today?
My name is Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Yeah,
what,
Tiffany.
miss?
I don't feel comfortable sharing my last name with you.
Well, miss, you're a public service agent under 5 CFR 2635. If you didn't feel comfortable, you shouldn't have took up a public position. These are things that you need to think about before you go into getting employment with the United States government. If you wanted privacy, you should have got a job in the private sector, not the public sector, miss. So once again, may I have your employee name? Thank you. Miss? Miss? I would like to speak with that trooper now. Come on, let's have the trooper. You guys are failing to due diligence. You guys are failing to act in the conscientious performance of your duty. A public office is a public trust and shall be held for the sole benefit of the people. Nevada Commissions on Ethics.
All right, you're on with Sergeant Bake.
Sergeant Bake?
Hello. Yep.
Hi, sir. Hi, I was calling today to find out what vested interest the Nevada Department of Public Safety Highway Patrol has in the public.
In what?
I'm calling to find out what vested interest Nevada Department of Public Safety Highway Patrol has in the public.
I'm not sure if I understand your question, sir.
You understand vested interest, right? It's where you have an interest that you vested your essentially essence into, and we would like to understand what vested interest the Nevada Department of Public Safety Highway Patrol has in the public as an agency.
Yeah, I still can't answer that question.
Specifically.
We're to provide public safety.
Well, the thing about it is I was calling today to talk to a Lieutenant Dave LeBaker or a George Togliatti or a Sherry Brugerman or a Patrick J. Comey or maybe even a Steve Sisolak.
Well, you're not going to reach any of them just via the dispatch. I mean, you would have to call them during a business hour, which they normally work Monday through Friday.
Are you familiar with NRS 281A.400 to 281A.660?
As concerning what?
So you're not familiar with them?
Concerning what? The question is very broad.
Okay, what is NRS 281A.400 to 281A.660?
I can't quote all that information to you.
You don't have to quote it up. What is it? What is the code?
You tell me.
Okay, I'm gonna educate you right now, sir, and I don't mind you not knowing. It's just important to the qualifications of your job, which is Nevada's Code of Ethical Standards, sir.
So what is this calling in reference to?
There was a letter sent out by a Mr. Dave LeBacker who was acting for private gain for agency or agent, using terminology. I'll read one line. Although personnel rules prohibit me from discussing our findings and our information about our employees. Wrong. That's totally acting for private gain for Nevada Department of Public Safety Highway Patrol. That's a breach of the peace. It says right here. It says a public office is a public trust. So Lieutenant Dave LeBaker is losing trust with the public rapidly right now, especially since it's a Saturday and you guys think that you can go off duty when
Okay.
there is no expiration date on an oath.
Monday.
There is no expiration date on an oath.
On Monday because I'm not going to discuss this with you.
You see how you said, I'm not going to discuss this with you? That's acting for private gain for you, the agent. You are not you. If you wanted to speak privately, then you should have gotten a job in the private sector, not in the government. The government is not a business. We're wondering why you guys are calling this business hours. Why are you calling government employment business hours? That is totally against the United States government. That's you violated ethics. The 5 CFR 2635.101. Basic obligations of public service, which all public service agents are to be held accountable to. This guy right here says, Joseph E. Denny, sir, nobody should be trying to line their pockets by serving in a public office. That's day one, sir. And I've called previously and talked with the PIO officer for Nevada State Troopers out of Carson City, and he did not understand these things either, which that's why I called today, sir, is so that I may brush, if you guys don't know about these things, it would be wise to brush up on them so that we could all have a better relationship in our communities instead of having to worry about Mr. LeBaker acting for private gain and trying to act like he can't give public information about employees when he calls them personnel rules. No, personnel rules are in violation of the law, sir. This thing goes on to say, thank you for bringing this matter to our attention, as public input into the actions of our officers helps us to maintain professionalism in our department. Now, this guy, Dave LeBaker, he doesn't even realize how much stuff he put in here that was damning to his employment, his conscientious service to his duties. He says, maintain professionalism. Highway patrol is not a profession. It is a public trust. It is a service to the public trust. When we talk about services to public trust, they hung up, everybody. They hung up. All right, everybody, they hung up. I just called back. They've answered the line, but they won't answer as to what they're doing on the other line. This is Nevada Department of Public Safety, Highway Patrol, an agency under the federal executive branch, under a state department. I'm gonna call back. I'm gonna hang up and call back because these people have answered the phone. There's 43 seconds into this phone call and nobody's talking. They are not sly whatsoever, and they are showing that they cannot learn. I'm only gonna make a 15-minute video and then I'm gonna go on to a different one.
Nevada State Police, Andrea, how can I help?
Hello, Andrea. Thank you for answering in a professional manner with your name and.
Thanks, sir. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. I have emergency radio traffic. Okay, don't hang up. Okay.
They instantly put you on hold, people. This is not a good sign. She thinks that she can just put people on hold. right off the bat. This is.
I'm sorry about that, sir. How can I help you?
Miss, there's a Sergeant Baker that had just hung up on We the People. The Nevada Department of Public Safety Highway Patrol must have a lot of unethical employees of the Nevada, of the federal government.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Yeah, there is. There's everything that you can help me with. But Sergeant Baker?
If you continue to call, sir, you could be potentially cited for.
That's a threat. That's a threat to the public, and this is being recorded.
So if there's, yeah, it absolutely is. So
yes,
there's nothing I can help
it is. This will be posted publicly, and your performance is very bad, Andrea. No, that's not what's going to be happening. You just don't even understand what it is. I would like to speak with the trooper, please. Speak with the trooper, please. I have every right to call this number as many times as I want. It's a publicly listed number. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Nope, it would not be. It would be calling and redressing my grievances with my government, which is my First Amendment right. Yes, it would be. Oh, that's who's OPR? Let's get that number. This is not an emergency line. This is not an emergency line. This line is.
Go ahead and disconnect now. I hope you have a good rest of your day.
I'm going to call back because I have a right to call this number back. They've threatened me with calling. Okay, this is perfect. We're under 15 minutes. I'll be posting this letter, this number, and then she doesn't understand that I have to call back. It's called due diligence. Okay, we're going to stop that